Everyone does have a yoga block, but you will not necessarily need the yoga block. It's just there in case, so like, for example, we'll be doing a triangle pose. Means you're right here and you're leaning forward to the floor. You can touch with your fingertips. You won't need the block. But if you're here, you can't touch, then you can't need the block. Same thing with the forward fold. If you can touch the floor with your hands, you won't need it, but it's there in case you feel like you do. All right, you can have a seat. And everyone at home, just have your yoga mat out, ready to go. And yoga block if you need it. You don't need anything else. So I'll get our yoga music on. Right there. I'll try and fit as much in 30 minutes as I can, which means we're not doing like a shavasana at the end. Sorry to say.
Skip that.
You skip that. That bothers you. I like it when it's an hour-long class by 45 minutes. Classes usually it's an hour. All right. Sarah, if you feel like you want to move right there. All right, sit up nice and tall. The crown of the head's lifted, and if you want to sit fancy or whatever you can. Right now, and you can have your eyes open or closed, as long as you are. You can notice your body and breathe. In your nose and out your nose. We're just breathing. And then we're going to start to move. So because this is just a 30-minute class, and some of the moves I'm going to go a little quicker, some of them I can hold. Yeah, I don't know, I was just going to say sometimes we spend like a good 10 minutes right here in this pose, but I'm going to continue to move on my twinsy. We're matching today. On your inhale, reach your arms high over the sky. Exhale, release. Good, deep breath and reach. Well, we don't do this for 10 minutes, but we talk and we get in position and we breathe and we think. But one thing I do want you to notice is how you feel. Are you feeling tight somewhere? Do you have tension in your hips or your thighs or your shoulders or your back as you move today? And I'm hoping by the end, we'll maybe have worked some of those kinks out a little bit. But we also have some strength in here today. So if you ever need a break, you take a break. Good. On your next inhale, come up nice and tall, and we're going to lean to your right. Bring it on down. Good. Sits bones are glued to the floor. Arms are long. Lean and open up that rib cage. They're good. And hold. Breathing in the nose and out the nose, trying to make really long breaths. And turn your head like you're looking up. You can actually look up if you want to, or just have your eyes closed with your gaze towards the sky. And breathe. And again, notice here, are you tight? Is there tension? Is there pain? And then when we come back, hopefully, it won't be as bad. Or if you feel that tightness, I want you to push into it. Like think about where it is and push your body towards that tension. On your next inhale, we'll come up tall and exhale to the other side. Good. Arms are long. I know sometimes when we're here, I say bend your elbow and push on the floor. Arms are just long, trying to touch the wall on the other side. Keep your hips down. Stretch through the ribs, those hips. Turn your gaze up. Still trying to take deep breaths, even in this position. Sometimes it's a little bit harder. I want you to try and keep it the same as when you were not moving and sitting up nice and tall. And on your next inhale, come up. Exhale, release those arms back down to your side. Tuck your chin and lift the chin. Back and forth. Letting your head relax in each position. We're not forcing the directions. We're just letting gravity take that head forward and back, making sure it's loose before we do too much work. And then we'll drop it side to side. Right to left or left to right. There you go. Mood lighting, Kathy. Yes. While you're here, making sure those shoulders are relaxed down. We're not letting them scrunch up towards your ears. They're relaxed, almost think heavy to the floor. And you're just letting that head nice and relaxed, side to side, not forcing it. One more time each side. And then flip onto your hands and your knees, straight way. All right, tabletop position. Tuck your chin around your back. Just doing a couple cat-cows here. So when you inhale, it's an arch of your back. And when you exhale, round that back. Just do one more inhale and exhale. Sit back to your child's pose. Reaching and extending those arms. Hips resting on your heels if you can, or at least close to your heels. Letting your chest be heavy. Letting your head be heavy. Walk your hands off to the right side of your mat and push your ribs the opposite direction. And again, if you're feeling tension here in the shoulders or in that low back, focus where it is and then push towards it with your body. And switch sides. Bringing those arms back center, up to your tabletop position. I'm gonna make sure you have some room at the front of your mat here. We're going into a cobra maybe differently than you've done it before. All right, I want you to drop your chest so your booty is sticking in the sky, and then you're gonna slide down, lifting up to the cobra. Come on back down, exhale as you release, and then pick your booty up and slide yourself back up, if that makes sense. So still here at your table, drop your chest, slide in your face and your chest forward to the cobra. Release, booty comes up first, and then the chest, and then the head up. One more time. Dropping the chest, sliding it out to cobra. Release that, hips come up, pushing it back to your tabletop. Curl your toes, and we're coming to your down dog. Lift your hips, pressing your heels down, tailbone up, fingers spread wide. Deep breaths. Heels are pressing towards the floor. Whether they actually touch or not doesn't matter, but pressing towards the floor. Knees are soft, tailbone to the sky, drawing that belly towards your thighs. Notice that tension in your hamstrings. Notice how close your heels are or are not towards the floor. And keep your breath, even though you're inverted, deep inhales. Now let's take that dog for a walk, alternately bending your knees, pushing your heels towards the floor. Maybe try and go deeper, let those hips go side to side. And then press those heels down, lower your hips to your plank, bringing your elbows into your ribs, come halfway down, push it up, and then slowly lower all the way down. Cobra. Exhale, release straight through to your down dog. Walk your hands into your feet at a forward fold. Slowly roll it up all the way to standing. And a big shoulder roll at the top. Now, feet just nice, comfortable, however you landed. All right. If you want to make it harder, a little more intense, you're going to bring your feet close together. So we're going to, because this is a balancing exercise here, you can have your feet wide for easier, feet together. It's just an inhale, reach, bringing your right hand to your left wrist, pulling up and over, and push your hips the opposite direction. Hold and breathe. Again, if this is a little challenging, your feet are wider. If that's too easy, bring your feet together And on your next inhale, come up. Exhale, release those arms to your side. Inhale up. Other side, left hand, right wrist, pulling up and over, almost like you're trying to take that hand towards where a wall and the ceiling meet. Hips pushing the opposite direction. Inhale, tall. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, tall. Exhale, release. And again, breathing in, grab, pull. So every time you inhale, we're coming back up center and release. And then we pull. We need to get those arms a little break in between each one. Knee is strong, but that's what we're doing anyway. And then we're going to end in the center, releasing those arms down. Back edge of your mat, doing a kind of a sun salutation, but not exactly. All right, tuck your chin and slowly roll it down. I don't know why. Stopped playing. Slowly roll all the way down to a forward fold. Hold and breathe. Hands on your shins. Lift halfway up, flat back. Forward fold, hands at the calves, hug your legs. Walk your hands out to a down dog. Good, pushing your heels down. Lower the hips to a plank. Drop the knees, drop the chest, slide to your cobra. Back to your down dog. Right leg is going to step up between your hands. Dropping that back knee. If you need a pillow, it can go underneath that knee. You're not going to be here for too long though. Sitting up to your low lunge. Inhale, reach to the sky. And think about your hips going really close to the floor, like sinking really heavy. So your back leg, I want it long, as straight as you can get that back leg. Front knee bent. Sink. And back bend. Inhale, tall. Hands come to the floor. Framing that foot. Curl that back toe. Lift that knee up. Step the right foot back. Left foot forward. Dropping that back leg, sitting up. Back leg is long. That front leg bent, but I want that ankle underneath that knee. So if you need to inch those toes forward, drop those hips. Inhale, exhale, back bend. Folding forward, framing the foot, curl the back toe, lift that knee, stepping back to your plank. Down dog. Walk your hands into your forward fold. Fingers, if you don't have any socks on, put your index finger and your middle finger to grab your big toe. If you have socks, just going to kind of step on your fingertips. Now, round your back up towards the sky as if you want to stand up. But your feet are keeping your hands down, so you can't stand. If you were not standing on your hands, you would pull yourself right back up. So just round your back as if there's a string on it, pulling you up, like you want to come up to standing, but you can't. But flat back. Alternately bend those knees. Release your hands. Bend both of your legs, letting your belly rest on your thighs. Palms together right in front of your chest. Head and shoulders lift up to chair. Anytime you need to take a break from this, you can. Remember, this is another one where if your feet are wide, it's a little more doable. If you want a challenge, bring those feet close together. Hips down, shoulders up and back, head and chest lifted. Take your right elbow, hook it on the outside of your left knee. Press your palms to twist your body. You can have your eyes open or closed, but we're looking to the left. Bring it back center. Hands down, forward fold. Shake those legs. Back into your chair, go deeper. Sit your hips lower, shoulders up, hands at your chest. You should be creating some heat in your body. This is not easy. Twist the other side. Left elbow, right knee, press your palms. Making sure your booty is not too high in the sky. Bring it back center. Forward fold. Shake out those legs. And one more time in your chair. Lower those hips. Shoulders back, sitting up. Shifting your weight to the balls of your feet. See if you can lift your heels. I don't know, maybe a millimeter, maybe a centimeter, maybe 6 inches. Lift those heels as high as you can, as high as you want. And pulse, pulse, pulse. Hold. Extend those arms overhead. Continue to slowly lower until you're sitting on your heels. Or, well, you're not really sitting on your heels, but you're sitting on your calves. Unless that bothers your knees, then you can come right down to a tabletop. Release those hands, tabletop. Feel that in those thighs. Curl your toes for a down dog. Now I want you to notice if your range of motion and your flexibility has gotten better, and or if any spot where you had tension is still there or not. Back to your table. Bird dog. So make sure you got some room in front and behind you. Extend the right leg back, left arm forward. Now while you're here, if you ever need to drop your knee or drop your hand for balance, that's fine. And I want you to imagine that someone is pulling your arm and pulling your leg away from each other as long as you can. And then notice, is all of your weight in your hands? Is all of your weight in your knees? Can you try and get them even? Is all of the weight on the left or the right? Can you try and even that out? Does it get easier the longer you're here or harder? These are things to be aware of. So as you get better, as you get stronger, you notice it. And then if you're not getting any better or stronger, then you need to look at a few things to see how you can get that better. Breathe. In this position, don't get out. Put that left hand down. Curl that left toe. We're coming straight up to a 3-legged dog. How'd you do? Did okay? Take that. So you got your right leg, get right leg up, sweep it between your fingers, between your hands, whatever you want to call that. Drop that back knee. Back leg is long, front knee bent. Inhale, we lift like before. Exhale, back bend. And then nice and tall. Curling that back toe, sitting up to a high lunge. How are we doing? Okay, we're going to shift your weight forward, putting all of your weight in that right leg. Back leg is going to drag in. Things in my face. Going to drag in to balance. Now that back foot can be on the floor, or it's going to lift. You can have your hands overhead or out like an airplane. And how far forward can you go? In this position, back foot, flex it. We're going to come up to a triangle. So sit your body up and let that back foot drop where it is. Good, both of your toes are pointing forward. Heels are pressing to the floor. Arms, right arm up. Left arm coming under for eagle arms. So if this is all you can do, that's fine. But if you can take that left hand and continue to wrap it so that your palms are closer to touching, that's a full eagle arm. Legs are straight, shoulders pulled back and down. Hinge from your hips. Start to fold forward. Can you go halfway? Can you go further? Undo those arms, reach them straight overhead. And let those hands continue to the floor. If you cannot touch the floor, this is where a block comes in. I want your legs straight, 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 straight. So if your knee has to be bent, I want you to grab your block, you put it next to your foot, put your hands on the block and straighten those legs out. Take your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Right hand to the sky. And then twist to look either to the wall or to the sky. Really stretching your balance there. Yeah, if you cannot look up because your balance is thrown, look at the ground. Look at the ground. If your balance won't let you bring your hand up, it doesn't have to go up. Let that hand come back down. Frame the foot. Step that right leg back to the left. Tabletop child's pose and breathe. A little difficult? Too easy? How are we feeling? Hot and sweaty. Do you want the fan on? Keep going. Oh, is the connection or my internet's being funky? All right, we're going to take it to the other side. Come up to a tabletop. Extend your left leg behind you for the bird dog on the other side. Right arm out. So once again, remembering to pull the arm and the leg far away from each other as if you could touch both sides of the room with your fingers and with your toes. Putting all of your balance, think belly button, core, center. Trying to make sure it's even between the left and the right side, as well as the knee and the hand. Breathe and hold, breathe and hold. If your hand or leg ever need to come on down, you go ahead and then come right back up when you're ready to join us again. Try and hold us steady the entire time. Some people can last a short period and it's hard to go a long time, whereas some people get better the longer they hold it. Which one are you? Let that hand come to the floor. Here's we're going into that three-legged dog. Curl your bottom toe, lift straight up to a down dog, split or a three-legged dog, whatever you want to call that. And sweep that left foot up between your hands, dropping the bottom knee, uncurl that back toe. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, back bend, pushing your hips forward. Inhale, sitting tall. Curling that back toe, lifting that back knee to your high lunge. Yeah, if you need to put your hand on your knee to help come up or hands on the floor to come up, you can. Shifting your weight forward, we're sliding to that balancing on that front leg. Maybe it can be nice and smooth, maybe the foot stays down. Maybe it lifts a little, maybe it lifts a lot. Hands can be airplane, hands can be overhead, hands can be on your hips, hands can reach towards the floor. Hinge and fold forward. Flex your back leg or your back foot. As you sit up, drop it behind you. Good. Left arm in front of you, right arm comes under, wrap those hands around for those eagle arms. Check that those shoulders are pulled down and back, elbows raised high. You feel that between your shoulder blades. Hinge and fold forward. Maybe you go a quarter of the way, maybe halfway, maybe a little further, keeping a flat back if you can. Hold. Uncurl those arms, reaching overhead. And then releasing those hands down. Getting that block, if you had to use it last time, you will need it again. Legs straight. If you can't go straight on this side and you didn't use the block, that's okay. You can use it this time. All right, right hand on the outside of that left foot as your left arm reaches to the sky. If this is plenty, stay here. Or you can start to turn your gaze to the wall or to the ceiling. Try to keep a steady inhale and exhale. Let that top hand come back down, framing that foot. Step that left foot back to the right, drop those knees, child's pose, and breathe. In the nose and out the nose. Pushing up to your table, straight through to down dog again. Do you feel a little more flexible? Do you feel less flexible? Walk your hands into your feet. Knees are soft and slowly, so slowly roll it up. You don't want a head rush. We had a lot of upside down stuff going on there. And release. Shake it out. How's your balance? Could it have been better? Let's see how good we can do. We're going to continue balancing here. We're going to do a full eagle now. We had the eagle arms. Now we're going to add those legs. So right arm in front, left arm comes under. Wrap those hands, shoulders down, elbows up. Right leg cross over the left. It can cross a little, it can cross a lot. I don't like a full on my legs, but you can if you want to. Start to sit down into a little squat. Maybe a big squat. Hold. Have your eyes open. Kind of fuzzing your eyes though so you can see past your hands. And you're just staring at something on the floor that's not moving, that helps you stay steady. Uncross those arms. Grab your foot. That right foot that's up, grab it with your left hand. Come to standing. Good. Shoulders back, nice and tall, abs engaged. Bringing that foot. Good. See if you can take that knee, point it towards the floor. Bringing that foot up towards the crease in your hip. Does not have to go all the way up there. So Dee Dee, listen to that knee. Maybe only wants to go halfway and you're going to have to hold that foot. You can get it up nice and high and that knee is down, pressing that foot against your thigh. Can you let go? You don't have to. You can keep one hand on that leg and grab it at any point. Making sure those bottom feet are working. Use those toes, grip that floor. Good. Now with your left hand, grab that foot again and stay right here. Or flip so you guys can see. Start to pick that knee up. Straighten that leg out as you reach the opposite direction for counterbalance. Bend and release. And don't worry, that's again, we're being aware of what we can and can't do, our limitations, shake it out. Other side. Left arm out, right arm under, wrapping. Shoulders up and back, elbows up. Left leg cross. And sit. You'll notice one side might be easier or harder than another. Since you're standing on your right side now, it might be easier, or because it's the second time, although you're tired. Sit as low as you're comfortable. Undoing the arms. Grab the foot with your right hand. Coming up to standing, pulling that leg up and drop that knee. Shoulders are back, nice and tall. This is a standing single leg lotus, if you care to know the name of it. Good, so the knee is down, foot in, pushing against that thigh to release. Hands can be at your hips, hands can be out, hands can hold the foot, hands can be at your heart center. Yep, exactly right. Yeah, if you need to be next to a wall and hold that foot and then be ready to grab it at any point, it's there. All right, make sure that standing foot is working as well as that standing knee is soft. Fairly straight, but soft. All right, grab the foot. All right, pull that knee up. And maybe this is where you stay today. Or maybe you push that foot out a little bit. Maybe you can go all the way. Letting that hand reach back for a counterbalance. So a little more doable, not too much. And bring it back in. Release. Shake out those legs. All right, coming on down. Tuck your chin and slowly roll down to a forward fold. Fold those arms, and we're going to rotate, just like a little twist right to left. Release those hands down. Drop your knees to the floor. Now, if you need to leave, you can go because it's 9:32. But if you would like, I'm going to do just another 5 minutes of teaching you your choice. Crow, headstand.
What's the first one?
A crow. And we're not going to do them fully. We're just building up strength to get into them. Crow is not my favorite, but it's good. We're here, and your knees touch here, and you lean forward. So a nice balance. For crow or the headstand where your head is down and we do similar, but your feet go to the sky. But we don't even have to get there. All right, let's go crow headstand. What are we doing? Crow. Okay. You can. Yeah, you can. You can. That's one way to get into it. All right, let's do it. Okay, if you want, if anyone's nervous, pillow in front of your face.
When we face plant.
Pillow, exactly. Pillow in front of your face in case there's a face plant. Or you can roll your mat up 3-4 times, whatever you like. All right, we come down to a crouch. Hands in front. All right, fingertips really spread wide. The more surface area on the floor, the better for you. So really get those fingertips wide. Neither. They're on top, more inside. So here's what it is. See, think about your triceps, right? Your triceps are right there. Put your knees in your armpit tricep area. So more inside, I guess, rather than the outside. All right, and what you're gonna do to start is you're gonna start, just lift your heels and push your heels down. Lift it up, push it down. We're just rocking back and forth until you notice, okay, I'm bending my elbows, leaning my head down a little bit more, and start to put a little more weight onto those arms, but not picking your toes up unless you already know how to do crow. And then maybe come up as high as you can and hold it. Pick up one toe, put it down. Pick up the other toe, put it down. You just go back and forth, picking up a toe, back and forth, or picking up one toe and holding. Good, that's right, Rachel. All right. And then I know this is one where sometimes you can do it and sometimes you can't based on the day. All right, release, take a breather. That's why the pillow is there, in case today's not the day. All right, take a little breather, hands down, spread it, knees, armpit, triceps. Bend the elbows. Lift the heels, leaning forward, picking up one leg. So you feel balanced, center balanced, where you just feel like, what do you know, I can just pick up one foot. You can also get that yoga block and put it at your head if you want to put your forehead on the yoga block. It gets you used to kind of the concept. Good. Good, Rachel. My only note on that one is if you're ever trying to get better at this one, your knees are starting to come to your elbows. You want them more at the armpit. That will help. And then Sarah, you're bringing your knees out wider. You want to pull them in, and that will help. And then, yeah, if you ever wanted to, if you're able to do the crow and you wanted to continue forward, you could take it into a headstand, but that's not necessarily how I teach people how to get into it, but you can if you ever get there. All right, I'll give you about 10 more seconds to try if you want to do it while I'm watching. A lot of it is just trusting yourself and looking and getting used to that feeling of your center of gravity. All right, returning to a tabletop, and let's roll your wrists in a big circle. Cat-cow, where you round the back and arch the back. Cross your ankles, sitting back, nice and tall, and extend those feet out. Flex, inhale, tall, fold forward, reaching for those feet. Maybe you can touch your shins, maybe you get to your ankles. Go ahead and round your back as much as you want. Again, if you can grab whatever part of your body you can reach, if you're able to grab your feet easily, I got something for you, Katie. Take your yoga block, put it at your feet. See if you can reach to the yoga block. What do you know? Look at that. You did it. And release. Wonderful. Cross that leg, sitting tall, twisting to look back over your shoulder. You breathe in heavy, little heat. Yeah, release, switch, pull it in, twisting to look back. So today I'm hoping you felt a whole lot of stretch, but it was a whole lot of work. A whole lot of work with some stretching in there. Lots of stretching that was balancing. So you might have been feeling the heat and the muscles, but they were deep, thorough stretches. I'm hoping you enjoy that later. And release. Coming to just whatever seated position you like. So that you can find that breath. Inhale, exhale, and let's reach for the sky. Release, and one more. Inhale, palms together, heart center, so we can finish happily with a namaste. Great job. Woo! Well done. Not easy, doable, maybe. That's one where, you go back and look at it again sometime, try and do it again, get better and better and better. And, or don't, because maybe you're like, no, I like my yoga to be easy. That was not easy, but I'm hoping you feel it. Yeah, you liked it that way? Well done, well done. And then start to build on that crow, and then you never know, we get those headstands. I really would love to do like headstand classes or whatever, where your feet are on the wall and your hands are down. Actually, go to like not headstand, but handstand. I don't know that we'll ever get there, but whatever. Oh, look at that. Nice curls. All right. We look the same. See, twinsies, twinsies. All right, I'll see you on Monday. Yep, all right. See you, and then everyone else, I'll see you guys on Tuesday.